Alright, before the video starts, I'll quickly run down what you can expect in this review. 1. I will talk about the plot or the story of the episode. 2. I will talk about the good things. 3. I will talk about the bad things. And 4. I will give it a score out of 10. Also, spoilers. With that being said, let's get right into the review. Episode 3 of Ninjago Season 7 adds a little bit more context as to what the main villains of the season are all about. The episode begins with the ninjas splitting up and attempting to cover as much ground as possible. With Zane down, the ninja feel this is the best course of action. Cole, Nia, and Jay travel to the Samurai X cave, and when Kai can't get any information from Sensei Wu about the Vermilion helmet, he goes off to the museum to find Dr. Saunders. Lloyd decides to stay behind with Sensei Wu, who is still recovering from his battle with the Chronics, and tries to learn a little bit more about his path to becoming a sensei himself. Of course, he gets nothing. Meanwhile, Nia and the rest of the ninja are trying to figure out how to reboot an unconscious Zane and figure out what exactly happened to him from the last episode. They eventually figure out that he was hit by a Chronics using the fast-forward time blade, and he is the one that actually kidnapped Cyrus Borg. And to make things worse, Dr. Saunders was in on it as well. And that's when the ninja realize Kai is in serious danger going to the museum alone, and Nia opts to go after him. Zane is left behind, leaving Pixel to try to revive him. The ninjas split up again because Jay and Cole decide to investigate why the Vermilion are kidnapping a lot of citizens. Kai makes it to the museum where he almost stumbles in on the master plan of Acronix and Crux, who have improved their Vermilion breeding skills and were able to create 3 Vermilion generals. They reveal a little bit more about how the Vermilion work, including their hive mind skills, but Crux is forced to go out and distract Kai. Some back and forth takes place between Kai and Dr. Saunders, but eventually the truth is revealed. Crux reveals that he has been Dr. Saunders this whole time. In turn, this leads to a battle in the museum, and this is where the episode really takes off. Crux claims that Kai's parents were actually traitors to the cause, but Kai refuses to believe it and keeps fighting. Crux versus Kai goes on for a while, but eventually Acronix and Nia join the battle, and it truly is a battle between families. A kidnapped Borg tries to intervene with the Time Blade, but the Time Twins notice this and get away with the blade and Borg. Kai then questions to himself if Crux was actually telling the truth when Zane finally comes back online. This episode is home to one of the best battles of the entire season, and so far it's definitely been the highlight. The entire scene with Kai at the museum was very well done, and it starts to definitely raise some questions about Kai and Nia's parents that'll be probably answered as the season progresses. It plays with Kai's emotions and really tears him apart, and that's what I like to see. That's what character development looks like, and I hope that Kai's character will grow drastically throughout the season. The battle between Kai, Nia, Acronix, and Crux was an amazing battle, but I think it ended way too quickly. But of course, that's just me. Otherwise, of course, characterization was decent, but that's pretty much it for the good. Yeah, this episode definitely had more bad than good. I don't like the idea of the team splitting up like that, and I feel it would help them all grow if they stay unified. Sensei Wu is sick, that's no secret, but the writers really shove it in your face and try to make light of it too much. Lloyd really doesn't do anything in this episode because he's on the receiving end of comedy, and Zane can't do anything because he's unconscious. How many times have we seen something wrong with Zane since his sacrifice? It's just overused at this point. Also, I'm not a big fan of the Vermilion generals. In fact, from what I've seen, I'm going to say that they are the worst characters from Hands of Time. They remind me too much of Morrow's ghost minions, specifically Gultar, and they show signs of his stupidity. Really, the focus on this episode was Kai and the Time Twins with the preparation of their plan, and I think that's the way it should have been. Honestly, this episode was weighed down by a lot of negative aspects, but it's certainly not a train wreck. The episode was not terrible, but is definitely the weakest Hands of Time episode so far. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10. So what did you guys think of the episode? Feel free to leave a comment down below stating your thoughts, and while you're down there, leave a like and hit subscribe. Also remember to leave your video suggestions down below as well for a chance to have your idea featured as an actual video sometime later on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.